Ladies and gentlemen, we hope to convince our listeners that religion is not designed to make one's pleasure less. Our sister Lillian has written a very beautiful poem full of realism, facts of life, and a bit of comedy, simply called Kind People.
You know, people feel that if you really believe in God, it makes your life very sad and dull. And good people are just suckers or dummies for trying to show the world God's love. But religious people are human beings who've just managed to conquer self. But sometimes we're tempted, angered, and pained, just like everyone else. I can remember a certain minister who came every Sunday and sat down at our table. And my mother always prepared a nice dinner for him, even though she wasn't able. But in his most impressive voice, he'd pray a long prayer, then smile, and eat up everything on the table, talking all the while. Oh, he'd compliment her cooking, and he'd bless her every time he spoke. Now, I know it was wrong, but back then I just couldn't help wishing that greedy man would choke. 'Cause when he left, there wasn't much food for us kids, just his half-filled coffee cup. I can still remember the name we kids gave him too. We called him Reverend Eat-em-up. Then I can remember a certain brother who came to see me every week, wearing his starched white collar. And his favorite words was, "God bless you, my sister." That was after he had borrowed my dollar. So one day when he came by, I was just sitting around trying to repair an old locket. I said, "Brother Brown, you know I appreciate your wish for God's blessing, but you've just put mine in your pocket. And I suppose you think about that tonight when you get ready to prayerfully bend your knee. You try asking God to bless you so you can bring a few of mine back to me." And then I can remember a lady that always told my friend, "The Lord just blesses you for me because you've always got something to give." I told my friend to ask that lady, didn't she think the Lord knew where she lived? I said, "Tell her the Lord found your house in all this worldly mess. And I'm sure if he had a blessing for her, he wouldn't have to leave it at your address." Then there was a promoter one time that asked us to travel 1,000 miles, but he thought our asking to be paid was wrong. I asked him what was we supposed to do for gas at the service stations along the way. Jump out and sing a song? And if we tell the hotel managers we work for the Lord, would he guarantee they'd let us sleep? And I told him that if the telephone company took faith for that long distance call he was making, then I'd try to use it to buy me something to eat. But you see, a lot of people think religion makes you some kind of square, and hustlers take you for a handy tool. They don't seem to understand that the God we serve is the supreme intelligence, and his children are hard to fool. I tried to help a new neighbor the other day who needed my cooking pot. And would you believe she came right back for eggs, salt, pepper, my iron, my broom, and mop. Now these are just a few of the things that can help you understand why kind people are so very few. Because you get the feeling everyone you meet is trying to con or hustle you. And I can't forget the young man that told me, if God had so much power, then why don't he stop me from doing wrong? I said, if you feel so important, honey, that the Lord himself has to pick up his telephone and place a call from heaven to earth and speak to you personally and tell you those hard drugs are killing you when you can look in any mirror and see, then I shall pray for you tonight before I go to repose. that the sweet bird of paradise fly up your nose and examine what brain is left in your head before you wake up, child, and find your own self dead. But you know, the thing I find amazing is the view some people hold and the way they feel so indispensable to a God who can turn stones to souls. No, we religious people are not crazy, foolish, and square. We just try and try again because we see every man as a brother and we try to treat everybody like a friend.